You gotta keep it rolling, like I said. All about all day, every day, seeing.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
shit.
it.
I was gonna read a quote from it. I was
Alright.
before everybody walked in, when we was talking about that. That was talking about just repeating things over and over and over.
Mhm.
You know, you're supposed to repeat it until it's just the people don't even know you. Um,
Yeah,
it's still
her
first,
name is
first.
Anna.
You know what
Top of the
I'm saying?
mind
Yeah,
awareness.
exactly. Yeah.
Top of the mind awareness.
Her name is Miss Anna.
Still first mind.
The internet specialist.
Okay, so we going.
She said she broke out and told me she's going to optimize my page.
I
She could
am.
have used a simpler form, but it sounds so professional. So sitting there talking to this young lady, you know, Sam, he's over there, great conversation. When I came in, it was talking. So that let you know
Chopping
one
it
or two
up.
things.
Yeah.
She either know what she talking about or she lying. There's
That's
one or
funny.
two. See, normally most folks like say talk like you know a lot of shit and you lying.
Yeah.
But I think she telling the truth. I'm finna get a little work up out of her and I'm finna introduce her to you all so y'all can know who you talking to. And then turn around and look it up. Look at that. Look at your own TV back there.
We going.
Ooh, look out.
Oh wow.
Barbershop Stores, episode 89.
Okay, that's not bad.
Tune in live.
That's
Check
not
us out.
bad. Oh yeah, okay, that's not bad.
Tons of
I appreciate
information.
it. I appreciate it.
Then it was in 4K.
I really look
It
good.
was in 4K. Shout out to
Okay.
K1 with ZN's Media. And I am comedic narrator, hacker, Schlang, Benny Mac. And right there is Mr.
Hey, no nos, you know we keep that info for you. So listen up, man.
That's right.
You
That's
on
right.
that marketing and managing and the economical
Yeah.
side of those things.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's right. Business growth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Business growth.
So with me, I'm doing like I used to do when you meet somebody in the hood. What's your name is?
Okay.
Just tell them what your name is, what you do, who you are, and anything else you want them to know about what you do.
Absolutely. So I'm Allie Harris, and I am the founder and managing chief marketing officer of Tiermark Strategic Marketing LLC. And the strategic is really important because we focus on database strategy, meaning like we're not just guessing, right? We're not just kind of taking shots in the dark. We've done a lot of research to tell you this is what you need to do and who you need to be in front of for your brand. And so I've been doing marketing for about 8 years now. I'd say start out freelancing and worked with some small black businesses here in Birmingham. Grew the businesses from $0 in revenue, so a goose egg, to when I left, we were at $4 million in revenue. Business right up the street from us, a black-owned firm, and worked with a lot of companies, and just gave them, you know, the tools that you need in order for your company to grow, but not just grow, but to grow sustainably. Meaning you're able to manage right your sales and manage how you know you're growing. One of the things that I wanted to kind of really focus on was helping people understand like what marketing is and what marketing isn't.
Well, that's what time it is, man. Well, tell us, lady. Elaborate on it.
So
What is marketing?
right. So marketing by definition is any set of activities, right, that are geared towards generating revenue.
Okay.
Right. So marketing is not just your logo and your Facebook page. Marketing is really comprehensive. It includes your pricing. A lot of people don't know that pricing is a part of marketing. Your packaging, how you package your products, is a part of marketing. Promotions, placements, so distribution channels, and so it's really comprehensive, and it does take an extensive knowledge to understand. Number one, who is your customer, and how to speak their language. That's the plainest terms.
Okay.
I like to tell my clients, I'm here to find your fans. Right? Everybody has fans, no matter what type of music you make, what type of products you sell, what type of podcast you have. Everybody has a fan base, and it's my job to do the heavy lifting and kind of dig in and find out who your fans are and where they hang out, and get your ads in front of them.
Okay.
So cool.
So, Miss Allen, now let me ask you this. It's kind of off the marketing tip. Is it A-L-Y or A-L?
It's ALY.
Or like the alley, because you know you got two type alleys.
You
now.
do. You
Now,
do.
I wouldn't have thought the other alley. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure some people are like,
Just break out fighting
I'm
up.
telling you, you better make sure you get Allie her money.
And that's
So
right.
she get Allie.
That's right. Well, I like to tell people you can get the college grad or you can get collegeville.
Okay.
So it's all about how you approach it.
Well, Collegeville got two sides now. They got the side wall. I'm just went to church now.
Mm-hmm.
Which side? No, I'm just messing with you. So Ms. Allen, what got you off in the marketing though? Like what steered you in that direction where you said, you know what, I like this shit.
Yeah.
What got you there?
Well, I had a sales background already. I like sales and I like people. Marketing is really a lot about understanding people, how they think, how they move, why they buy what they buy. And so I got this sales background, and I got encouraged to go to school. Miles College alumni, Miles College forever. And and so I got to school, and I kind of dove into the marketing aspect of it, and I was like, you know what this really is? This is sales meets psychology meets people, and it's an opportunity for me to help businesses grow. I like to make things grow and see things grow. And so I was like, this might be for me, right? And so I had the awesome opportunity to work for a black engineer, and which this is what we should be doing in our community. He told me, look, we're going to tailor your training to whatever you want to do with your life. And I said, okay, well, I want to do marketing. And so he just gave me an immersive experience in marketing, writing ad copy, buying ads, sitting down, in the boardroom with the marketing execs of firms, and just gave me an immersive experience. And I was like, you know what? This is my calling. This is my calling. And so not only being able to see businesses grow, but to also, because another part of marketing is philanthropy, right?
Yeah,
and helping business owners understand that you give your brand a lot more visibility by giving back to the community, pouring back into the same community that you're benefiting from, and so also being able to help at a foundational level to our community, the black community.
No, that's what's happening. You said that was your calling. What it said? Allen.
It got it. It got it.
It's me, marketing.
Yes.
What's up?
Yes.
All right, so, well, I'm sure you do all types of marketing. What type of marketing that you don't do? Because, of course, you got a lot of different kinds. What's the latest marketing that you haven't gotten into yet, but you look forward into getting into? Because I know if you say you've been in how many years?
8 years.
All right, 8 years. So let me go, man. 8 years, carry the 5. So that's 2014, right?
Right.
All right. So from 2014 to 2022, a lot has changed.
A lot has changed.
Yeah. So what are some of the new marketing strategies you're looking forward to doing that you're not currently working with?
So I'm really excited about AI marketing. That is
gonna be
yes, that is going to be that's the forward trend right now, AI marketing. The positive side of AI marketing is that you will be able to control a lot more what you see, and then also on the marketer side, being able to have like a lot more control over where your ad is being seen.
Instead of just landing in blank places.
Yes, so really kind of tightening in on your marketing dollars, right? So if you based on AI data, big data, we know big data is huge right now, but being able to have access to that kind of information and know nobody's gonna see my ad that doesn't want my product
Yeah.
because it's being suggested to them by their artificial intelligence device. Is really groundbreaking, and I'm excited to work with that.
So they just let you know they've been watching your shit.
Whole
The
time,
whole
time.
Stored in the database and found all your wants, your needs, your
Oh, yeah.
desires, if you like porn,
Shooting all
if you
that
like
good.
boxing, if you like kickball, whatever you like, they got it. Yep.
Yeah, and
It's almost like our old school, not to cut you off, how they had the end caps in the grocery stores and stuff, right? Everything
Oh,
that
yeah.
you, the knickknacks that you want, the little candy that you know,
right there where you make that
the stuff
impulse
that you may
buy.
need around the house, you know, the phone chargers and all that type of stuff, lighters.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was placed there not by accident. That
Exactly.
is based on consumer behavior, and that's one of the strategic consumer behavior, which says like people from this income level that shop in this area are more likely to make impulse buys of these products, and that's what goes there.
And they were right. We were saying
Because
show
I'll go definitely grab,
So
grab a
what
pack of gum, right?
Yeah.
Probably grab a lighter or something like that if you smoke, and
chapstick.
hand sanitizer. You saw how that changed. We didn't see hand sanitizer right there at those end caps prior to what we just came through. So
It's something else, man. Just to watch all this change. Because I know when I first got off into marketing and promotion, it was around 03. So,
Oh, wow.
So that means that's when you bought flyers
that's
and
right.
hit them streets, hung up yard signs on telegram poles and went in clubs, all types of night, morning,
Oh yeah.
worked the street and all that, all the way to now. You get a digital flyer and you post it. And if
Yeah.
you got a good reach, that's pretty much. Boy, that's a big part of it. It ain't all, but it's a big part of it.
Right.
Being in touch. You know.
Yeah, so
Right.
TV is not as important as it once was.
It is not.
Radio
it is
is not important as it once was. Newspapers definitely ain't. Magazines, now you still have a few people, like if I get a magazine, I read it.
You'll glimpse through
Because
it.
I like to look through it, but it's like you can't beat that, what's that artificial intelligence
the
in your
AI,
hand.
yeah, and it like I said,
Can't beat it.
you can't beat it. Even though some of those, what most analysts are saying now is like antiquated approaches to marketing, which is print marketing, but it really depends on your target market. Depends on what you're selling, because a lot of baby boomers, right, are not really tech savvy. They still walk to their mailbox. They still go through every piece of mail. They turn it over and they say, "Oh wow, a coupon."
But see, they finna break up all that shit too, because see, now they got the mailman dropping your shit out about 3 weeks late. And hitting your ass with late fees and shit.
Yeah.
You gonna get on the internet one way
You
or
got-
another.
You better.
I believe
You
that
get
shit
the
is
grandkids.
intentional.
The grandkids to show you how to do
somebody
it.
to show you how to go
That's
online.
right. That's right.
Yeah,
So
and I think that's not by accident either. But it's like it's what it says, a brave new world.
it really
Because if
is.
you know how to work it, and I think for the people that was born between the years I said 19, maybe 60 to 70 to current, they got the best of both worlds. Because
Yeah.
I still order box 5,000
And
do
still,
more
and,
damage.
yeah, that's right.
and do
That's
just
right.
as much damage, because it ain't nothing like actually meet people.
Face
Because,
to
see,
face. That's right. And giving, making your brand look more human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and there is a lot of noise on social media,
a lot
right?
of
You
it.
see so many ads as you scroll, and so that is one way to stand out, and that's why I always encourage, my clients to sit down and let's first of all figure out who you're targeting. So in marketing, we have a term STP, and that's segment, target, and position. You can't position if you don't know who you're targeting.
What you looking for?
Who you're looking for, who you're talking to. And so when we kind of do our marketing, when I put together a marketing strategy or marketing plan for them,
I got you.
we dig and we find out, look at consumer reports, go on the Census Bureau, see who's purchasing what the trends look like, based it on real information, real data, and what works. The law of averages, which is what a lot of, back when I was coming up, in the car business, and I started out in the car business in 2002, and I worked in the car business for 15 years. And so we were just taught, like, the more people you talk to, you increase
Yeah, you
your
change.
opportunities.
That's true.
You know, so the law of averages, it still applies, but when you can take that information and say, hey, people that eat chocolate cake and go to spas are 85% more likely to watch a podcast at 8 o'clock. That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's
And
powerful information.
And the killing part, it'd be about 90-something% correct.
And they know.
Yeah.
You'll miss a few
Yeah.
of them. But
Right.
overall,
No,
you're right,
analytics.
because shit, you survey a
everything.
million people. That shit pretty accurate.
It really is. And then
Yeah.
even in the beginning, because I do always recommend people to, 30% of your revenue should be going to marketing, right? And so if you're tiny, micro business, and you say, well, I got $1,000 in revenue coming in, you need to be spending $300 a month on marketing, and that's industry standard. And I know it, it feels like, oh my goodness, so much money I'm putting into marketing. I could be buying more products, or, I could be, taking more classes and more courses to kind of hone in on my knowledge. But none of it's going to matter. Those products aren't going to matter if they're sitting on your shelf. They don't matter if you've got, $1,000 worth of inventory and nobody knows what you do. And so 30% of your revenue should be going to marketing. Making sure that you are getting in front, the people that care about what you do.
All right.
Let me ask you this. You mentioned about 300 a month or so going to that. What if I wanted my target audience is 60 and above?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause they're not on social media.
Not really.
You gotta go way back to TV, and that may cost a lot more. What
Right.
would you recommend for something like that?
So when we talk about baby boomers again, I think that sorry about that. I think that it's really important to do direct mail for baby boomers because they're still walking to that mailbox. They're still looking for a good deal. They're not. Some of them are on social, but they are only on there, to see their grandchildren.
Take them big face ass selfies.
And with the
Looking
phone
at-
way,
looking
they're
at
looking
the
down at it.
phone.
They can't help it. But and so that's why I usually when I get a new client, I sit down and kind of do a discovery session with them. It takes about an hour and a half, and understand who are we targeting, because TV that's more antiquated than print marketing. Because number one, you can't measure it, right? They can tell you
Yeah, they
their
tell that shit.
viewership.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 900 million viewers. Okay, how many of them saw my ad? They can't tell you that.
They can give you good. Well, normally between 10 and 12%.
Right,
So now
which
you
is
gotta
the law
add
of
some more.
averages, right?
You
That's
gotta
just
add
a
some
law.
more.
Yeah, so television is kind of like a black hole. You're just pumping money into something that you can't measure. You can't manage what you can't measure. But with, digital stuff and even print marketing, let's say you're targeting 60 plus and you say, well, I want to be able to know who's responding to what I'm sending out. There's a way to do that, like special phone numbers that they can call to track who's calling, special codes. You ever got something in the mail that says use this coupon code? That's just a tracking device to know how the campaign is working, and if they should scale back or if they should put more money into it. Which
Tremendous people that get to respond to it.
mm-hmm,
Okay.
that lets them know exactly where these customers are coming from, and they can look at the demographics. They can say, okay, 35068 did not respond, we're going to drop that. But 35212, huge response, we're going to take money and put more money into that and increase our reach in that zip code. So like I said, it's more than just your logo. It's more than just your Facebook page. It's more than even just your website. Marketing is comprehensive. It is.
Recommend TV? Yeah,
I-
would think it's harder to get into now since social media.
Yeah.
Everybody cutting the cord.
I thought.
And I for most of my clients, I cannot say that 100% because it is very brand specific. Right? If we did the
Exactly.
research and we looked and we said your customers are sitting watching TV still, then I would recommend it. So it's very brand specific. But for 70% of my clients, because I can't measure it, right? I'm your marketing guru, so I've got to be able to send you reports
Exactly.
and say, hey, this is what we
sounds
saw this year, this is, or this quarter, this is how much, how many impressions we got, this is how many conversions we got. So there's people that saw the ad versus people that clicked the website versus people that made a purchase, and then, you know, consult you from there. Versus TV, who are we gonna tell them saw what? When everybody's streaming.
That's true.
Everybody's streaming. So I really don't recommend anything that you cannot measure.
See, I think sometimes when people still do, like I call them like the big five, where people do little TV, little radio, little internet, you know, sponsor the ads, and they'll do flyers and all that. I think sometimes when they got an extremely big budget, but they're still on the spend minimum in those areas, like if it's based off $100,000 budget, they may use 3% for something like that just to spread it out a little further.
Right.
But yeah, but I agree with you. I remember when TV was the thing.
Yeah, you saw somebody on TV, you thought it gave your brand validity. You was like,
You thought
they
it
big
did.
time,
Yeah,
they
they
big
did.
time.
Yeah.
You know, and so, but I don't recommend that.
I think that internet done really balanced the world out if you know how to use it. It really did because like even now, you got some people who done did. I'm gonna say for an example, American Idol, but you may have somebody with 3-4 million followers who will wear that shit out because they got a direct base.
Fan base building.
Waiting on it to come on at 9 or 8.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so the internet, yeah.
I mean, and just the information alone you can obtain, you know, from the internet. You know what I'm saying? Give everybody a leg up on, you know, trying to do anything. You know what I'm saying? So that you can pretty much think of. So you know, like you said, the internet can balance a lot of stuff out. You know, as far as, you know,
It leveraged the playing field,
Yeah.
didn't it? It leveraged the playing field, so you can
Big time.
take you a tiny company that, you know, might not have a big budget, but they use it in the right way. On average, you have to touch a person 3 times for them to remember your brand. So I recommend some form of marketing on a search engine, some type of marketing on a video platform, and if you can afford some print marketing. But if you can't afford print marketing, then a nano influencer or a micro influencer.
Is this part of the brand identity you were speaking about earlier before we start rolling?
Well,
Or is that just not the same thing?
that's more of like a strategic approach to making sure that, you know, your customers see you 3 times. It takes 3 times for brand awareness.
So what's micro and nano for those that don't know?
Right. So a nano influencer is anyone that has 1 to 10,000 followers. A micro influencer is about 10,000 followers up to roughly about 50,000. And then a macro influencer is usually someone who's got 50K, 100K plus followers. And so you would think that, hey, I want to do business with the macro influencer. They got 2 million followers, and so I definitely want my brand with them. But that's not always the case. It really depends on what you are selling. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a company called Shein. Some people call it Shine, some people call it Sheen. But they're a fast fashion company that just sell cheap clothes and they get it to you quick. And all they use is micro-influencer marketing. They find people that've got about 10,000 followers. They send them a check. They put their clothes on in a cute way, take those great pictures. And during the pandemic, when we were all terrified to go to Walmart because we didn't know what was going on, right? Shein, they skyrocketed. Their stock skyrocketed. They entered into 3 different markets, all because they took the money and they focused it where it needed to go. Micro influencers. They didn't buy one television ad. They didn't buy one radio ad. You didn't see anything in your mailbox.
No Number some sponsored ads.
That was it.
That was smart.
That was smart, and
They knew who they wanted to.
they knew
Yeah,
their
consumers.
audience.
Yeah, their audience.
And that's what I, want people to understand. Everybody is not your customer. I sit down and say, well, who are you targeting? They say, what whole world?
Oh yeah. There's that big talk though. Be trying to sound big and shit. In the world, baby. yeah.
The whole world? Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of shoot yourself in the foot by trying to target everybody because everybody doesn't even speak the same language.
How would you reach them? Like Benny, I said, well, I want to get him to promote some things for me. If I DM him, it could be just somebody, like maybe spam or something.
Right.
How would I get him
Reach
to know it's legit?
reach a micro or a nano influencer.
Yeah.
So, which those are mainly millennials, right? Unless you start getting into some other niches. But usually you go to their page and they'll have like their link in their bio of how to book them. Some of them even have the information on their websites. But there are websites like, say for instance, it was really hard for me to find influencers in Birmingham. It was really hard for me to find that, but I did find a website that you can just kind of hashtag Birmingham micro influencers. It'll pull them up, and then you hit the link on the bio, ask them for their rate card or for a press kit, and they'll tell you like how much it is. It depends on the followers, and usually roughly around $2,000 a post for micro influencers. But some of the macro influencers that have like these big followings, what was that song he said? He had to put a check with a check with a check with a check. What was that?
Yeah. Some of them hit you hard.
Oh
Because
yeah.
They know if you got, let's just say, base it off a million, and you do a post, and they hitting 100, 200,000 folks, shit, that's 10, 20% of their base.
Yes.
That's gonna see it, that's gonna pay
Yes.
attention off
Yes.
the top.
Yes.
And if it's some shit that's really good, shit, you may get 900,000. So you
Oh,
get
yeah.
80, 90%, they're gonna hit you for 10, 15. I don't know. Yeah, I don't
Oh
know.
yeah,
The price.
it gets up there, but you could really be smart about it. Like I said, I do the heavy lifting. Coming through those consumer reports, understanding where your customer is, where they hang out. Some people home base is Facebook. Some people home base is Instagram. Some people open their phone and go straight to Facebook, Instagram. So knowing where they hang out and who
They got
to
the
target.
most people
Yeah, and then you
Paying
can say.
attention, bro.
Yes, and so in Birmingham though, which I don't even know a lot of like micro influencers in Birmingham that
Because-
actually.
But in reference to what you're saying, they may not know that. The macro, the nano, and a lot of people don't know that lingo.
Yeah.
So they may be doing it, but it may be like, "Shit, just give me $100, give me $200," because they don't really know
The value.
of
Yeah.
what they're doing from, like say, 1 to 10,000,
Popularity, yeah.
10 to 50, and 50 and up. A lot of them don't know that lingo.
Right.
So the thing is, you do consult.
I do.
You need to tell them you do consulting, because believe it or not, like, I know a lot of people that got the numbers, but as I was just stating, they don't know that lingo. So you can't go out and sell cars if you ain't never seen one, or you ain't never heard the term car. You just seen
Right.
some that road. But if they actually knew that, okay, I can do this and do that, then you get them to clean up their pages and shit, you'll probably see a few more that pop up, because they actually know it's a business, not just a hustle.
Exactly.
That's
and,
what it is.
And really understanding what the rates look like. That's
Pricing,
pricing. Pricing is so important. I know a lot of businesses feel like that they like to do cost plus pricing, which is like, okay, I'm gonna add up all my bills, and then I'm gonna say I want to make $25 an hour, and then I'm gonna divide that by my customer base, and I'm gonna charge them that. And that is not gonna work. You can't grow
Oh, okay,
sustainably
yeah,
like that.
Man, that sound like Piggly Wiggly there.
They said-
y'all had charge plus 10%.
Look,
I don't even go by the big ass grocery
I was
store.
like, the audacity.
That's some bullshit.
The audacity. I mean, you're gonna tell me you want me to? You're basically saying you want me to pay for your business's insufficiencies.
Whatever they did. And but I think they know that they did some marketing, and they found out that 73% of the residents don't have cars. Theirs and Cougars and Jays and
Yeah.
shit. So they know you're gonna walk to their spot.
And you're gonna pay what you have to pay,
You goddamn right, like a convenience store.
which is unfortunate because you don't have to do that to make money.
That's true.
It's actually
But
been,
some people believe in exploitation.
which is terrible.
Yeah, I agree.
It's terrible, and that business model is antiquated.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you,
That's
quote me
bullshit.
on this, in 10 years, Piggly Wiggly will not exist. They
Unless
will not
change it
exist.
up
They are
quick.
dying. That is a dying business. I can spot a dying business from a mile away.
So they just gonna get all they can while they can.
Yeah, but you can, invest. You can invest in a smart way and rebrand your business. Piggly Wiggly Corporation in 10 years might be called, the healthy way.
You right. Yeah,
And
take that fat ass pig out there and put
put a nice lean chicken on there.
a ripped up chicken
Change,
or a tree or some shit.
Yeah, put a nice lean chicken on there called the healthy way, and change their business model and change the way that they do things, because it's not going to last.
Okay.
People, consumers are getting smarter. People have access to more information, and when they realize, like, hey, you've been taking advantage of me.
Okay, we got a gentleman. Okay, and thanks for watching Barbershop Stories podcast episode 89. You are tuned in, so you can like, watch, and share it. We won't mind. Now, one of the viewers asked, "What's the value of 10,000 followers?" And I guess that can be for any platform. What would be the value, like on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn?
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So 10,000 followers, you still
In this market, or does it vary per market? He didn't say that, but I wanted to add that in there too. Does it vary per market?
It does vary a little bit per market, but with 10,000 anything on social media has value. It depends on what your niche is, right? So if I am a sports enthusiast, right, and I have 10,000 followers, that has no value to a woman that owns a boutique.
Yeah.
Right, but to
Yeah,
someone
what
that
you into.
sells ball caps, right, that has a lot of value and you have a lot of leverage. So 10,000 followers, depending on what your niche is, what your content is about, you can shop that, to different brands and say, hey, I've got 10,000 followers, and I'm growing at this rate. And this is how much I charge. And there are a lot of different formulas for calculating how much you charge, because the followers is one thing, but you know what else? It's also like other rates, like KPIs that are indicative to what that means on social. So if I got 10,000 followers, but I'm only engaging 200. So your engagement rate has to be there too.
Yeah, that
Right.
engagement probably more important, because I've seen people with 50,000 followers and, like I say, have 8, 9, 10 likes. But I've seen people with 8,000 followers and they drop. It's like, oh, these motherfuckers paying attention.
Yes,
Yeah.
so that engagement rate is important, and you sit down with your a marketing guru, me, Allie, and I can show you how to go into the back end of your metrics and get those rates, and those, your metrics in the back end shows you all of that information, and then you take that information and you put it in a sponsorship proposal, and you shop it, and you get paid for what you do.
Makes sense.
So basically all of that's controllable. Basically,
It's very
because
controllable.
at first, like you said, most people don't understand that all your friends are not seeing everything you post. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
So
a
basically
Because most
break it
people
down
don't
to simple.
engage.
that's a big point too. I see a lot of business owners that make these negative comments in their timelines, you know, about, hey, you know, you guys are not sharing my stuff. You guys are not supporting me.
When I see that, I be like, man,
No,
you shot
exclamation
yourself in the
point,
foot.
exclamation
Yeah.
point,
Yeah, you
exclamation
shot
point.
yourself in the foot. Because who you talking to first off?
Right.
Shit, who you
Let's
talking
start.
to?
Let's
And
start
want to
there.
spend something with you.
Yeah,
Right.
and then they gotta realize too that, like for me, I throw comedy shows on the regular. I would love everybody I know to come out all the time, but realistically, they could be at work, they
Right.
could not have no money, they could be tired or whatever. You can't be fussing at them folks and shit because they ain't showed up. I hate to see
Right.
that.
Keep-
Like,
that
I ain't
keeps
gonna lie.
selling.
It's so
just keep-
disheartening.
They
because-
eventually they'll come around.
And then furthermore, don't forget that what Facebook, I'm just going to use Facebook because, you know, most of us are familiar with Facebook. But Facebook, and that includes Instagram, so that's Meta. What is it? It's not just a social media platform. Facebook is a marketing and advertising platform.
It's a business.
So as soon as you mention a keyword that indicates that you are a business, your reach is gonna. You're already only reaching 8% of the people that follow you.
Shit, you doing good. You reaching
If you're reaching 8%, and that's if you posting little tink birthday.
Okay,
So
okay,
imagine
yeah, yeah,
how
yeah.
much
You know,
lower
you
it
post-
goes when you mention a business. Now Facebook is like, oh, you own a business? Well, you need to be buying ads.
Yeah, they gonna
And
let
so
you
your
use
reach
about
will be,
0.5%.
oh my
Shit.
goodness. So it's not that people don't want to support you or don't want to share your
They
content.
won't show your shit.
The algorithm is not allowing people to see it. Linking websites in your post, Facebook said everything needs to stay right here.
Yeah.
So don't tell them to go to your website in your post because Facebook's gonna limit who sees it. Tell them, hey, inbox me or create a direct link on your business page for them to shop.
Yeah.
That's why Facebook created shops, because if you want to
Yeah.
sell on Facebook and Facebook wants their followers to stay there, they
Yeah.
don't want you going outside of Facebook
Well, they
because
fine
you're
now.
affecting their metrics now, right?
Oh yeah.
So don't get mad at people if they're not liking and sharing your stuff. 80% of the time it's not personal. 10% of the time they got stuff going on, and the other 10% it doesn't matter if you have a marketing plan.
Then they'll front your ass when they see you too. Hey, what up, Adam? Oh, everything been good. No shit, you know. I see you look at it, but you ain't like it.
Oh, what?
My mother be mad, man.
You might
What-
answer a question I was thinking in my mind. Instagram.
All right.
I was getting pretty good likes on there, and I messed around and bought ads for them.
Mm-hmm.
Once I did that and went back, like they
You
dropped.
start seeing your reach go down.
Yeah, it's like my normal reach wasn't there. It's like they wanted me to buy more.
Buy
ads.
more ads.
Yeah.
Come
Well,
on,
that's
baby.
true.
Yeah.
Possible?
I would say
Yes.
it is possible.
Hell
It
yeah.
is possible.
I'm like, no.
It is possible, but think of it in terms of a business,
Yeah.
right? If I was giving you something for free, right, and then you came and then you bought something from me, would I penalize you for that? No, I mean I
I ain't
wouldn't
gonna
penalize.
penalize, but
They
I'm
trying to
gonna
get it free
start
again.
selling it to you though.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
start
Start
selling
back
it.
trying to get it free again.
Yeah.
It's a little rougher.
Cause I have noticed
Yeah.
that, but I'm gonna tell you
Did
this
you
though.
see that too?
Yeah, oh,
Your
it's
rates
true.
went down.
Yeah, I mean because what it is, like I buy sponsored ads regardless of how my likes look. Because
Right.
because it's just part of my budget every month to
That's
say, okay,
right.
for this show I'm just gonna run it. But what I normally do, I let it sit for 72 hours first. And I see like, okay, damn, it's got to X amount of in these couple days, then I go ahead and boost it.
Right.
Oh, but they'll knock about 10% up off your ass now.
No.
See, I
Cause
didn't. I never saw
they
that.
especially when they know you're gonna buy. Oh yeah, shit yeah.
I never saw that.
Yeah, I've witnessed that.
But that's something that, I can do some research on, because really that would be, counterintuitive.
Well, I mean,
Because
but
if you felt like that, like, hey, you were giving me something for free and then I bought it, and then now you're treating me, as if I haven't done business with you. And trust me, there are a lot of smart people working at Facebook.
oh yeah.
A lot of them. And so it could be, we're thinking, but what we say in our posts, that matters to how it ranks. And then what what you sponsor, may have had a better like ad copies, what they call it, better ad copies. So.
And then like I said, I understand it's a business, but I look at it like it's one of the best cheap ways to run a business.
It is.
For real. So I don't really complain about it.
Oh, it's cost effective.
But I will tell you this though, K1, and I learned this, that the more engagement you do with people, because think about it, they just say on your personal page, your 5,000 friends, you probably like maybe 3-4 of them posts, so that's the shit you gonna see.
Yeah.
But if you sitting there and going through and you comment, let's just say one day comment on about 200 people's stuff, do that about 3 days in a row and watch what happens.
It's gonna change your algorithm.
It's gonna change your algorithm.
It's, somebody was on Instagram. I had seen them in probably a year. I went on their page, liked a couple of photos.
Here they come.
And you start seeing it, yeah.
But the algorithm, something else.
And I definitely encourage, because it's a business is the same on social media as it is in person. You have to network.
That's
right. It can't always, nobody wants to feel like your page is an ad, right? They want to know you're a person. And then, interact with them. The algorithm will change. Yeah. And then you can build positive relationships where people may not have bought from you in years. And they say, you know what? This guy's a Spinny Mac. I've never been to his shows. But he says happy birthday to me every year. I see him and says it.
All that stuff counts.
It counts. It counts. So,
all that stuff counts. I agree.
Don't put any negativity out there. Plant positive seeds, and you'll get positive fruit.
All right. Well, I'm gonna plant a positive seed, and we ain't gonna stay here all night. But I'm gonna plant a positive seed. Y'all hearing it on camera. I'm gonna try out now. She say she fine. She right here talking to very professional, and her name Allie. But other than that though, but I'm gonna do some business with her, and then y'all can check out my website now. It's BennyMac205.com. And take a look at it now. Then take a look at it about 30 days from now and see how it work.
Yeah, and I would love some feedback too. I love feedback. It just helps me grow, and I'm always willing to learn, and that's how you continue to grow. So give me some feedback on it.
All right, we're finna see Collegeville. We're finna see goddamn. We see if it was the good side or the bad side.
I would say shoot something to the average person that has a business or starting something that wants to get more into advertising on the internet other than just posting. You know what I'm saying? What can you put together? What do you have to offer? What should they do as far as that goes? If they want to take it to the next level as far as making sure that they get more bang for their buck with advertising on the internet, other than just regular posting saying I got this, I got that. I know we spoke on it, but what do you do as far as that concerned? What can you do for that person?
Well, outside of just like kind of posting, I encourage people to because first of all, social media is more for brand awareness. I recommend search engine marketing, search engine advertising, because search engine advertising is your ads are being seen by people who are looking for what you do. Right. If I see an ad in Facebook, I'm scrolling, and I just saw my grandbaby birthday picture, and I'm all excited about that. Next thing I know I see an ad about a cell phone. Well, yeah, you got that subconscious going on, but I'm not looking for a cell phone
looking for no
now.
phone, you
right?
You out of there.
Right. But search engine advertising shows your ads to people when they're looking for it. Comedy, and there are some diehard comedy fans. So that's what you recommend? I recommend a balance, like not just social media, but also search engine advertising, and Google it's the same way with Facebook ads. You stay within your budget. You tell them how much you want to spend a day, and set your goals up, and I can help you with that. Writing you some good ad copy, that's important. Like, don't just post and say, support me, support me, support me. What's the value proposition besides support? What's the value proposition? What problem are you solving?
Yeah, so
That's
why
something
am I
that
supporting?
that's something that a lot of people don't do. Like if I say I sell eyelashes, right? I'm an eyelash seller. And then I get on there and I post my lashes and I say, support me, support me, support me. Why don't you get on there and say, hey, these lashes, they last
Exactly.
3 weeks. They cost 20% less than my competitor. And they're hypoallergenic. What's the value?
Exactly.
What problem
am I
are you
getting?
solving? Right? Not just come and spend your money with me because I exist.
Cause I said so. And that shit fat.
Right? So tell me why. Tell me what. And that's a good question to ask yourself in any business venture. Before you even go into business, they have, we always heard about the business plans and stuff like that. Well, now they have a thing called a feasibility analysis where you can see if it even makes sense to do business. But just ask yourself, what problem am I solving? What is the value of what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Because if I'm
Makes
not
sense.
solving a problem, then I'm just a part of the noise.
Yeah.
So make sure you have a good blend. Like I said, at least 3 different mediums of marketing. Always communicate the value of what you do. Offer consumers information. People love information. The human mind is designed to pay back. So you give somebody some good information, they're gonna want to pay you back, and they're gonna want to. Someone do business with her because she gave me some good information. And always be. I say always be teaching and always be closing, right? Always be talking to people and communicating. Somebody post something and say, no matter what they say, if they ask you for a price, don't get on there and say inbox to me. Because everybody is wanted to know.
Well, said you ask for one, you really ask about 1,000.
Everyone
Some
wants to know
people
what's
may
the
not like
price.
anything. They wanna
Inbox
see
to
it.
me. When you say inbox to me, what I interpret, it's too expensive. It's too high.
So
And
it ain't
you
reasonable.
don't want the world to know. Because Walmart doesn't have a problem with advertising their prices at all.
You don't want nobody come on there and say, hey, man, wow.
God damn.
But you have control of the comments.
49.99.
You got be
Yeah.
You can delete it. You can give them a
You can get the comments off
Yeah.
of there, right? But you wouldn't even have to worry about that if you had a good value proposition and you knew your price was.
Damn sure will.
And there's some wording that you can use to guide that.
I got you.
To guide that. Don't just say inbox to me, because who is about to
I
take
got you.
time out of their life to say,
It makes sense, though. It makes
Listen,
sense.
Say, hey,
it gotta be something they really, really want. And
Yeah.
you just can't.
Put that price up there on it.
It
Put that
better-
stamp on it.
look,
Yeah.
unless you got up there that you got some 89 cents a gallon gas.
Inbox me. But you would want to post
I'll
that
be finna
shit.
call them down.
I know, right? But the market is gonna reach equilibrium. I never panic when prices go too high, and I never get excited when they go too low, because it's gonna reach equilibrium. But those are like my tidbits, on what I think people could do to kind of increase visibility. Always, your value proposition, interact with people, keep it always positive. Put a little money into some advertising. You'd be amazed at how far a little bit of money can go, and be your brand identity. Be consistent. Be consistent. And I was telling Sam right before you, and I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm passionate about it, so I can talk about it a lot.
Go ahead, do your thing. Do your thing.
Like I was
We
telling
got all
him.
night, shit. You market.
Do we do?
No, I'm done.
But like, if you're on the expressway and 18-wheeler passes you, and you can catch it like out of your peripheral vision, you'll know if that's a Coca-Cola truck. You don't have to look. You see that block of red and those little, cursive letters. That's brand identity, and you want
FedEx
your
or
brand to
something
be
like that.
so consistent that somebody can catch a glimpse of it and know
That's you.
who it is. I don't even have to look. I know that's Coca-Cola. I don't even have to look. I know that's Walmart. And that takes developing a really good brand identity, and they're saying like on all social platforms, this is what the logo is gonna look like.
Look.
On all of our stationery, the logo's gonna look like this, and going from there.
Like we was talking about it earlier, I told her we always call it that uniform look. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Everything
right.
that look the same. You know, I don't care what
You
you
know
where
it.
you looking for me at.
Yeah.
You gonna
You
know
see
it.
Same as that concept. Same as that concept. And just making sure that
Brand identity.
your brand identity. And so I do have a special going on. I'm doing like brand identity packages for like $99. And that way, and you'll get like you'll get your logo, you get your Facebook for your brand page now. You get your logo, your cover photo, your profile picture, your stationery, your business cards, and you'll also get
That's a good package.
yeah, and you don't, so that's it. So anything, your letterhead, and you'll get letterhead. And so you get that nice uniform where your logo is positioned perfectly, your colors are uniform. Colors are based on research, not just your favorite color, because colors communicate something.
Yeah, they do.
Colors communicate
They
a
do.
lot. So, you
Saw
know,
that on PBS.
oh yeah. And you would be amazed.
Said they ain't out here just for nothing.
Yeah.
No, they're not. And that's the part of, marketing that I kind of fell in love with, like the psychology of it.
Yeah.
Different fonts. The font in your logo is saying something. The colors are saying something. Even in some companies, you can't find their font. They had their font custom design, like the code written for the font. You can't find it anywhere on the internet because that's how important the font is.
A friend of mine won a contract with a bank like that. Everybody was trying to do their logo. So he got
Really?
smart enough to call him and ask him for the code, and he nailed it.
What? And it is a code, even like your colors, like your brand colors. Like you should know the code for your brand color, because if you say okay, Allie, do my website, and you send me your logo, I'm gonna find the code for your logo, right? I'm not gonna just try to find something that closely matches it. It needs to be consistent.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Sometime, yeah.
Well, that's
all
what
I
it
got.
is, Ms. Alice. So now this is what we want you to do. Because we're going to be in here all night with your passionate ass. No, I'm just messing with
Passion other
you.
price.
Yeah. So just give them your info so they can get in touch with you. So they
Good
can go ahead
thing,
and
though.
set up a consultation and do some business with you and see what you got to offer.
Sure,
Give them your info.
absolutely. So you guys can book online. So the website is www. We don't even have to say that anymore, do we? But it's tiermarkmarketing.com.
Still got baby boom.
Yeah, you do still have baby boom.
www.
So www.tiermarkmarketing. So that's TIERMARK marketing.com, tiermarkmarketing.com. You can book online there, and you can also just get a little bit of information about our background and what we do and our mission and vision. Or you can call me directly. You can call the office phone. My office is in Fultondale. I'm right on Decatur Highway, right there by the Econo Lodge. But the office number is 205-848-2480, 2480. Or you can reach me directly on my cell, and that's 205-482-1103. It's my business cell, and that is on until 5 o'clock. But if you want to just ask some questions or have some inquiries after that, you can go to the website and send me a quick message.
Okay. Well, yeah, so Michael Lockhart, he's going to get in touch with you. And Terrence, he's going to get with you, too.
Okay,
Yeah, because they was
that's
asking, how to get in touch, but she did give out her info, but I'll make sure y'all connect, too.
I definitely appreciate it, man. I really appreciate the opportunity of being on here with you guys.
We appreciate you coming.
Y'all have some good questions, too.
Yeah, you could have been anywhere else, but you chose here, so we appreciate it with your passion. But that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. So, hey, this has been another episode of Barbershop Stories Podcast,
89.
episode 89. Sitting here with the marketing specialist, Ms. Allie. And not the Allie that everybody else be talking about.
No.
She's a good Allie, like the Allie McBeal.
Like
you know
Allie
what
from
I'm
the Valley.
Yeah, Allie from the Valley. Yeah. But yeah, so hey, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned in. We'll be back next week, Wednesday. What that'll be, the 30th?
Yep.
Yeah, it'll be the
3:30.
30th, and that'll be episode 90. So we moving on up in the 9s. We supposed to been at over 100 and something, but the virus kicked in, so that kind of shit off, But yeah, and then also too, our next comedy show is Wednesday, April the 13th at the Stardome. You can get your tickets at stardome.com. Regular general admission seats are $20. The reserved seating and birthday tables seats are $25 per. You can get those at $ Benny Mac 205. Also, if you're in the Auburn, Alabama area, Saturday, April the 16th, Crown of Comedy. There's Benny Mac and them. There's Benny Mac, comedian Felicia, Terry Hart. DJ Dame will be on the 1s and 2s. Eric Big E Johnson will be hosting. So y'all make sure y'all come check that out. You can get those tickets now at crownofcomedy.com. And remember, we are professional barbers. Shop open 7 days a week. So we ain't here every day, but enough of us that'll be here 7 days a week. So make sure you come check us out. We're open 7 days. Walk-ins welcome. Appointments they're welcome. We welcome. And you can just hit us up 205-591-CUTS or 591-2887. So hey, until next time, only you can prevent forest fires. That's what it is. And shout out to K1 Z-Lands Media for filming this thing. And shout out to Sam, shout out to Adley, and shout out for myself. So hey, we'll see y'all on the next one. Barbershop Stories Podcast. Make sure you like that.
Next week, episode 90. Corey McKinney, man. Y'all check us out.